Hello and welcome to Trending in the Afternoon on Wednesday the 28th of May. The story we're going to dive into today actually broke yesterday in the late afternoon or the morning in the US, which is the FDA have dropped the guidance and dropped the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine for pregnant women and healthy children. Now, this will be celebrated, and it should be, that certain demographics are no longer getting this vaccine. That's fantastic, particularly vulnerable pregnant women who have got unborn life within them and need to be protected at all costs when it comes to any kind of food, medication, procedure. They absolutely should be top priority. However, to me, this is something that's going to be lauded as a win. It's something that's going to be lauded as, look how brilliant RFK is at his job, when really what this announcement should be saying is that the COVID-19 vaccine is being halted and stopped, and a formal investigation will be launched looking into it for everyone, because there's still going to be vulnerable elderly people, there's still going to be children in general that are going to be having this vaccine available, there's still going to be adults of all ages that are going to be able to take this vaccine, they're still going to be advised to take it. So it's still on the market. It's not like they've said this vaccine has caused untold harm. There are so many questions about its legitimacy and safety and efficacy, so we're going to take it off the market and launch a formal investigation. If they'd said that, I'd be sat here right now absolutely lauding and championing RFK. But that's not what's happened. This, to me, feels like some breadcrumbs being chucked so that the claim can be, look, we are doing what we said we'd do. We are making America healthy again, when really, are you? I don't think you are. I think this is paying lip service to silence any criticism of RFK, who so far has done absolutely nothing, really. Certainly not done a fraction of what he claimed he would do, or what the MAGA movement claimed that the health, Make America Healthy Again movement would do. So I look at this and I, on one level, go, fantastic, that's great news. Hopefully this will prevent pregnant women, prevent children from taking this vaccine, or having to take this vaccine, or having the opportunity to take it, or being advised to take it. And in return, it will then lead to less injuries, less devastation, less lives ruined, less miscarriages, less birth defects, and all those things that we've seen on the rise since this vaccine came out. But it does feel like it goes nowhere near far enough, because, as I said a minute ago, this vaccine is still available for adults of varying ages, still available and advised to the elderly. So it's a difficult one to be too excited about or too happy about. I think we have to look at it, disparatively and say, look, this is good on one level, but on another level, this has to be considered step one. This can't be where the fight ends. This can't be where we essentially go, great, they've done that, let's move on to the next thing. Until these vaccines are off the market completely and nobody is ever going to be harmed by them ever again, and there is formal investigations and formal criminal investigations into the manufacturers, into the funding, into the lies and propaganda that we were sold and we were told by medical institutions, pharmaceutical companies, politicians, media outlets. Until all of those people are held to account and these vaccines are off the market and can do no harm to anyone else, I don't think we should be even considering stopping, pushing back, standing up, calling it out, highlighting the damage and concerns that we have in relation to these jabs, because they have literally maimed and killed hundreds of thousands of people and ruined the lives of millions. So, yes, let's celebrate this story as a stage one victory, that hopefully this will stop harming any more pregnant women and children. But this is not where it stops. This is not where it ends. It has to continue. And the pushback, the calling out has to continue until these are off the market completely. So, for those of you that are big followers and big supporters of RFK and the Make America Healthy Again movement, well done. You'll probably feel some sense of satisfaction at this story. You probably feel some sense of reward for your efforts and for your support. I urge you now, however, to make him and make this movement go further, to go the full shebang and take these vaccines off the market in America. And then in turn, hopefully that leads to more and more investigation, questioning and movement starting in other countries to try and get them to be taken off the market there as well. Although, as I talk about and as we have talked about many a time, they can be on the market, but it doesn't mean you have to take them. It's been on the market for however long. I've not had one. No one in my family has had one. Vaccines are available anywhere and everywhere for every child. My kids haven't had any. I had never had any as a child. Gareth never had any as a child. Gareth's kids have never had any as a child. So, as a result, you can hit them where it hurts. You can hit them in the pocket. You can stick two fingers up to their offer by simply getting informed and by simply saying no. Just because they offer you something doesn't mean you have to say yes. We spoke about this morning on the trending episode that went out earlier on. Me and Rich did that. The days of ignorance, the days of blindly believing that somebody in a position of apparent power or authority has your best interests at heart, that has to go. And for many of us, it was never there. But for many, it's much more convenient to believe that those people actually care about you. Well, they don't. So when they're offering you something, whatever that is, the ulterior motive benefits them, not you. And it's important that every single thing related to our lives, we look at through that lens. And as I said this morning, that's not necessarily exciting. That's not necessarily something you want to consider. But if you want a future that is anything better than the one we have today, it's something that needs to be an essential. And when it comes to your health, how many times through history, recent and distant, do you need to be shown, do you need to be told that when mainstream medicine, mainstream academia, and mainstream media are advising you to get something for the benefit of your health, it's 99% of the time going to come at the detriment of your health. You can apply that to COVID vaccines. You can apply that to seed oils, low-fat foods, Zempic weight loss jabs, telling you you can't have cholesterol when cholesterol is fundamentally important, telling you to stop eating meat when science shows that meat is very beneficial to humanity in many ways. And, not preaching. If you don't want to eat meat, don't eat meat. We're being advised to eat processed, highly toxic foods made of synthetic materials. How many times through history, how many times recent and distant history do we need to be told that we can't trust these people when it comes to our health? Hopefully not too many more before people start to see the light and start to say enough is enough. So back to this story. Stage 1, enjoy what feels like a victory, but let's make sure it doesn't end there. Thanks for tuning in. Gareth and Rich will be back with you 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Bye for now.